You're on the same page then with the governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, who says over the weekend that this people cannot really go that far without some kind of insider collusion.
I think that is something we need to look at, because how do you operate, collect your ransom, disappears? There's a network of it's a syndicate, a form of criminal cabal. You have political cabal, you have a cabal. So the question, that is one. The number 3 question is, as a citizen of this country, what is our fate when our government, because we are not supposed to be responsible for security. Government is supposed to be responsible.
No, but
for
there are people who will tell you security cannot be left to government alone.
Well,
if the security apparatus fails, it means that the people themselves have failed in providing
so people should carry
intelligence.
So people
intelligence, for example, is what
yes,
people
you see,
when
when you say that security cannot be left to the hand of government, I agree with you. It means that we all need to be security conscious.
Yes.
Then in that partnership, there are roles defined. What is my role as a citizen? What is the role of government? So if I have information, can I give it to government? If I give the information to government, am I safe? If I am the one who report, am I sure that the person I'm reporting to is not part of the people that
you're reporting against?
I'm reporting against. All of that come into the mix. But this is the issue. The point is, except you are now saying every Nigerian citizen should carry gun, every Nigerian citizen should protect themselves one way or the other beyond what the law has provided. As of today, a Nigerian citizen submits his or her security to government. And so now, forget the fact that we have vigilante in our estate and all of that. I live in an estate that was supposed to be secure. The other day, armed robbers entered the estate.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very secure. Armed robbers entered the estate. They collected the uniform of the security men we hired. They wore their uniform to operate in that estate. They collected the guns, the den gun that those security people were carrying, and at the end of the day, they operated successfully. So those are the issues. No matter how secured you think you are, the responsibility of protection, the responsibility of securing the property and lives of citizens is in the hand of government. And let me quickly add this, which is the turning point for me. The turning point for me is we are talking about our children that have been kidnapped. Now, I understand the position of government that this is a security matter. We cannot come out and be briefing the public about what is going on. But I think that there's a level of information that the public need. There's a level of activity that needs to be going on. You don't need to be talking about the operations, how the operation is going and all of that. There has to be parent forum. For example, in that school, there has to be security forum for stakeholders. There has to be things going on that is making it uncomfortable. Wherever the kidnappers are, they know that the state, they don't know what the state is doing
So now, when you hear reports like these kidnappers are actually asking for 1.5 million naira in addition to what they already have, we hear that they already have 30 million in their coffers, and they want 1.5 million to pay for their transportation to wherever they're going to drop the kids. What does that say in itself?
Well, it goes back to what we are discussing. We are in a state of absurdity, in a situation where some citizens of this country can be more powerful than the state. So it is a gravitation back to the state of nature, where life was brutish, nasty, and short. And I think we need to find a way forward. The way forward for me is that let us start a conversation. I've been saying it for the past 3 years, since when the Ikorodu kidnapping happened, and I provided terms of reference for the conversation I'm asking for, which I've published, in different platforms.
Let us into some of them.
Yes, and I've said that, number one, what is the state of security of children in Lagos State? Using Lagos State as a template. Number two, how safe are our schools? What kind of security can we put in place to prevent this kind of happening? Then, is it still safe in Lagos State to send children to boarding school? If it is safe, what are the things we need to put in place to establish that safety? Because children are not safe until they feel saved. Until they feel safe, Now, this is another issue. Again, when you back up a bit and you go to the crisis that happened in Queen's College, where children died in boarding school, government-owned boarding school, and at the end of the day, when the school was going to resume, now, when parents were going to buy form, it is instructive to note that Queen's College still had the highest level of application, despite what happened. So there is a crisis going on, because the crisis again is that in the midst of all of this, there are 10.5 million Nigerian children out of school who don't have access to education. Those who have access to education are sleeping with one eye open. They are not able to concentrate. And so at the end of the day, even those in boarding school, when you take Ikorodu, for example, the children that were kidnapped by the kidnappers were children that ran into the hands of the kidnappers. Now, in a country like America, I'm not using America because we are at par, we are a developing country, they are a developed country, but we can borrow some examples. I know that we are far apart when it comes to technology and the way we think, but this is it. When gunmen began to enter schools and it became a major issue, they now began to have lockdown drill. That is, they prepare the children. If a gunman enters this school, these are the things you can do. Now, I'm not sure none of that is going on now. So those children that were kidnapped in Ikorodu, there were children that had gunshot and ran out and ran into the hands of the kidnappers. Now, if with lockdown drill and with lockdown mechanism, you can frustrate the kidnappers, because they also time is a commodity they don't have. So if you can destabilize them, if you can hide yourself, if there are things you can do to turn off the light, to make it difficult for them to operate, all of that we can deter and delay them and make it not possible for them to carry out.
While you make the security agencies come
when you allow
to
the security agents and all of that.
All right.
But I tell you, none of that appears to be going on. So this is my call. The government must take the bold step. The conversation, the only conversation, we are talking as if the only conversation we are supposed to be having is the conversation of how government is tracking the people. There are other conversations that are indirect conversations that are integral to this conversation and can keep this issue alive. That is the conversation we need to continue to have. And I must commend your station, for taking it upon itself to continue to bring this matter to the fore.
Thank you very much, Taiwo Akinlami, child protection expert, for talking to us this morning.
Thank you so much.